Hey guys, welcome back to my video. And today I was going to show you what I worked on the other day. So I was just opening up with this right here, but as a lot of you know, I've been working on this little cutout spread, and I'm still trying to finish up the middle of the pages where I was doing all the edges. And I put this over here. It's really not grabbing me, but thus far, but you know, that's not going to be the star of the show. It's going to be what's in the middle. And so this here I did with spray inks, but you can see where I put the red down, and I think I'm going to put these letters down here in a minute. And I put all these little encroachments, things like you'll get in those collage sheets and what have you. You'll get the little hexagons, you'll get the squares and the little oval shapes. You get some little dome shapes, you know, like you can make a body out of. And I'm still waiting on my other Diane Reevely collage sheets, which I think they're coming the day after Thanksgiving, which, just so I don't forget, hoping each and every one of you have a great Thanksgiving. And, you know, still just kind of showing you all what you can do. And here is that sheet that I have ran through the laminator, and just took some red paint and a dauber, which it's still not grabbing me. And but it's all about just layering. And that's the thing about it. I think when we all start layering, it doesn't look quite right, but my motto is, if it doesn't look right, I'm not finished. And you know, the pictures that you put in the middle are really 90% of your collage, so I'm trying not to give the outer part so much weight. But you know, then when I get through with it, if it doesn't speak to me, then I'll add a little more. And I don't think I've done much more to this one, except I'm going around and outlining the whole page on each of them. I need to do that to this one, which I guess I could have done. And I usually put a piece of paper behind it, and I don't worry if I'm not spot on. I look at it as maybe a happy accident. I keep forgetting I'm on an angle camera today. I had my camera holder at the back of my desk, but then when I put my little IKEA desk back underneath this desk here, it was hitting the bottom of this thing that holds it. So I'm going to have to, I'm thinking about putting some 2x4s into the top of the desk and then dropping the camera stand down into it. Okay, so that's that one. And I went around these little designs with the black micron marker. And then I put the little words from the collage sheet tinsel. And I just went down this in the Posca. I added some of those hexagons in the squares here and added a couple more pictures. Nothing much here. Added those, you know, just glued a bunch of them down, you know, let them hang off the edge, and then I went around and cut the edges. And here was some images that I've been keeping around on my desk forever. And, you know, it was done, I think, with these old antique looking papers that I had stamped out a while back. And I just thought, since I got so many of them stamped, I just thought I'd go ahead and stamp some of them. I think all these little doodads here was supposed to be on some other collage sheets, but I don't think I ever, you know, got around to taking that one up. And here was another one that had the big, you know, just the big washi tape looking thing. So I just thought I'd put it down and then, you know, cut it out on the border. And then, you know, did the black Posca and the white jelly roll pen. And haven't done anything to this one yet. But I think I want to go ahead and do this page, if I can remember how it all goes. And that's just the norm for me. And I had it all laid out earlier. And let's see how this goes. And getting off the subject, I just happen to be, you know, we're all playing around on our phone, and I had seen this, I don't know if it came up on my news feed or what, but it was talking about, do you know what all was discovered in your neck of the woods? And I thought, well, I was raised and lived by 3 of them. And I lived by more of them than I thought. I didn't really know that some of them were made. Didn't even know that some of them were made here in the neck of my woods. I'll try to remember all of them. But as a little girl, I was raised in Winston-Salem, where the most popular tobacco place is, and that's Reynolds Tobacco. And I still don't live far from there. It'd probably take me 10 minutes to get there, but the world headquarters for Reynolds Tobacco is not far from here. And as a little girl, I was, you know, raised, you know, like I said, in Winston-Salem, which I'm not far from Wake Forest University and the world famous Baptist Hospital. And I was raised right down the street from Krispy Kreme. And that's where it all started. Was, well, I called it Indiana Avenue, but, you know, I went to school at Haynes High School in Winston-Salem, and Indiana Avenue, we had to pass Krispy Kreme every day going to school. And, you know, it's just a little hole in the wall then, but I do remember my dad taking me there, and, you know, you don't think nothing of it as a little girl. You know, that's where it all started. But then the controversial thing that's out now is Texas Pete. And I was raised, you know, on the other, you go one way to Krispy Kreme, and then, you know, you can turn the corner there and you can go to the world's famous T.W. Gardner, where it was just right up the street from me. And that's where the world's famous Texas Pete was made. Mount Olive Pickles was raised not far from me. And I didn't know it, that Lance Cookies were famous here in North Carolina. Vicks Vapor Rub was famous here in North Carolina. Lance Crackers, the world's, you know, the famous Cookout. I don't know if any of you know about Cookout, but if you do, leave me a comment. And I'm trying to think how all this goes. I think I had all this intertwined somehow. I think I'll go ahead and put the base down, but I think I had other stuff intertwined up here. And trying to think out Cookout. I think Hardee's. Let's see, one other one. God, I did not mean to glue that down so fast. See, I got to talking and got sidetracked that fast. But yeah, I didn't know, you know, Cookout started in Greensboro, North Carolina, which my son lives there, and I was just shocked that the first ever Cookout was there. I hadn't even thought about it. And see what else. Is any else I can think of? Yeah, but if there's any that you all can think of that where you all live, or maybe you grew up to, and I don't know, did I mention Moravian Cookie Factory? I wasn't raised by it, but I later, when I first got my first house, I was right down the street on Friedberg Church Road, and it was at the other end of Friedberg Church Road. I think that might be safe to put that down. And you know, Moravian cookies are known worldwide. Now, I don't know how many of you ever had Moravian cookies. And I think this is supposed to went down here somewhere. But if any of you have tried Moravian cookies, I love Moravian cookies, and I really didn't go there as a little girl. I probably went to it twice when I lived down the road from it. They're very expensive, but they're very good. And to watch them make them is something else. And I think, trying to think if Slitch Brewery was started here or not. And I live near Old Salem. I don't know if any of you know any about Old Salem and the Moravians and stuff like that, but raised not far from there, which, you know, that wasn't far from Krispy Kreme either. And I remember my aunt used to give tours in Old Salem. And actually, I totally forgot. I was going to write something on here. I can't even think what I was going to put. I think we'll take those letters, maybe from that other page, and stick them over here. Got to find them first. And I forgot I actually had these letters, but I'm always cutting letters out. And you know, I like to cut letters out and just make other words. So, let's see. I'm going to go back and forth till I get to the middle one, because I don't know how far down I need to go. I think I'll go here, because you know how I like when things overlap. And some of you all leave in the comments, are you cooking this Thanksgiving? I'm not, and haven't been for a little while, but this is supposed to be a U, but I didn't have a U, so I'm using the V. I need to go ahead and put something up there at the top. But, you know, my family's not big. And, you know, I just lost my mom, so I won't have her this Thanksgiving. And all I have is one son. He's 38. And he's not married. And thank goodness for that. But, you know, we just took my son and his girlfriend recently to Vegas. And, so we celebrated his 38th birthday in Vegas. And so, you know, I don't have a big family and never did, and I never, you know, I'm not big on turkey. I like turkey. I prefer more to eat a turkey sandwich than I do to eat turkey and stuff, and that's just my job right there, eating a turkey sandwich. And I know me and my daddy used to eat turkey sandwiches growing up, you know, with lettuce on them, and I just thought they were the best. And me and my daddy were raised me on a lot of things that, I know liver pudding was one of them, sandwiches that we used to eat growing up. I probably wouldn't eat liver pudding now, but I know I was. And, you know, I had an American father and Japanese mother, so I was raised on Japanese cooking and slight American cooking, because it's my mother who had to cook the American food, which, you know, we probably didn't have American food till I was 12 or so, because I can remember going to one of my friends' houses, and you know, their mother was making potato salad, and I had no clue what she was making, and you know, they asked for me to eat with them, and I loved it. Loved it. And I asked my friend, you know, I was a really shy little girl back then, and I asked my friend, I said, could you tell your mother I want some more yellow stuff? So she's never let me forget that as long as I live. And she still calls it yellow stuff to this day. And I remember the first time I ever seen my mother's friend, you know, separating pintos, dried pintos, you know, to cook in the pot for the day, and she was separating them out, and I happened to be going through the kitchen, and she was separating them down into the pot, and I asked my friend, I said, why is your mother counting beans? And she will never, ever let me forget that as long as I live. But I mean, I was like 10, 12 years old, and I'm like, I've never seen my mother, make fresh pintos. So why is your mother counting beans in there? But she always says, she tells me, she'll never let me live it down, counting beans. But anyway, it's just, I was raised on rice, and we had rice a whole lot, and, we had sukiyaki a whole lot, and, but my mom was the best cook when it came. My mother really, knew how to cook a turkey, and she would cook a ham, and she'd make the mashed potatoes, and she really knew how to make green beans. And another thing my mother knew how to cook, but I did not, and that was fried chicken. And to this day, I still cannot fry chicken. But, drop me a comment of some of the things that you enjoyed at Thanksgiving. I know I enjoyed, I like yams, candied yams with the marshmallows on them. Pumpkin pie is my favorite, and pecan pie is my very best favorite. And I always love my mother's green beans, and I do make green beans like she did. But as far as that, I think, I like anything with pecans in it. And today, as a matter of fact, I found a recipe on Pinterest for pecan sandies. And I was raised on pecan sandies and the famous Lorna Doone cookies. And I always remember we always had Lorna Doone cookies sitting around the house, any kind of shortbread, the animal crackers. And come think of it, I want to look those up to see where they originated, the Lorna Doone and the animal crackers. But, I mean, that could have been a product of the Lance Company. But I wanted to look those up. But if you'd like, drop me a comment of something you were raised on, and something that's special at Thanksgiving that you like to eat, because I know we all live in different parts of the country, and different parts of the country like different things. But I went ahead and done the lettering off camera, and put a little more doodling around the edges with one of my stencils. And I think that about wraps it up. And if you like, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And as always, see you tomorrow.